All right, all you snowboarders of the internet, we're here. We're live. We're taking your questions in the chat box if you got them. So make sure you get them over there because I definitely want to answer them for you. If you haven't seen, we put merchandise up on angrysnowboarderstore.com. So if you're looking for merchandise, you can swing over there. I'll be giving away a few promo codes during this live stream if it hits on the wheel. So, they're on there. Also, one of you guys has decided to, after buying a mystery box, that you didn't like what you had. So someone will win that as a mystery prize today, potentially. So, yeah, they'll mail that out for me. So, yeah. Anyways, there's that. I know some of you guys have been asking about the Amazon Goggle video. I've rough cut it, and it's about 27 minutes long. I need to dial it in and kind of take out some stuff that's redundant in there. Hopefully next week, end of the week, we'll probably see something for that. And we'll probably also give you guys a bonus video of just me ripping them apart for no fucking reason because they suck. Because don't buy Amazon goggles. Let's see what else is going on out there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this week's top 5. I felt like I needed to do that because people are getting really testy lately up in the mountains. Not the people that live here. We're always testy, but the people that are coming to visit. So I figured that was probably the best way to kind of get people ready for the season. I know Alterra came out with their announcement on how they're doing Icon Pass, which basically if you own an Icon Pass and you're going to an Alterra-owned resort that they own outright, there's no reservation system. But if you're going to like a partner resort like A Basin, there's a reservation system. Copper is technically a partner resort, so they're doing like a parking reservation system, but pass holders are still allowed on. So I don't know if that's just to cut down on people that don't carpool. And I feel like that's really what it is to cut down on people on carpooling because you can take the bus and still get on the fucking mountain. So that's weird. They're supposed to have more on that around the 29th or 30th of this month. So that's weird. Jackson is gonna start selling passes again, and basically, if you're Icon, you're gonna have to reserve there. But I know like Steamboat, you don't have to. I think Winter Park, you don't have to. I know Mammoth in June, you don't have to. So this reservation thing, it's a little weird, trying times for people. I know. So yeah. Anyways, also if you super chat, you get a spin of the wheel, and that's kind of just the wheel of misfortune. We all know how that thing works at this point, I'd hope, unless you're a new person. If you're a new person, you should be subscribing anyways. So let's take some questions here, guys. Let's see. Starting off with Michael Kulig. Avran, have you ridden anything from Cardiff? I haven't. They're still relatively new. My local shop, The Underground, is carrying them this year. So I'm going to try to get on something. We'll see. Next week, I should be emailing every company to be like, just give me everything. And because we're about 2 weeks away from snowmaking, which potentially means we could be 3 to 4 weeks away from early season opening at Loveland and A Basin, depending on how that goes. So I'm just keeping everything optimistic about that. Fingers crossed. They're going to open as they normally would, and we'll go from there. All right, next question comes from Modern Skater. Thoughts on Loveland? Thinking of picking up a pass instead of Epic Icon this year. So big things with Loveland. A lot of above tree line skiing. So if it's windy or low visibility, you're not seeing shit. Rockier terrain up high too. So you got the biggest course shot of my life ever there on a Dinosaurs Will Die Power Reaper. It was like this friggin' long and about that wide from nose to tail. I just drilled a rock on a 48-inch powder day. So, there's that. I mean, if you just want a shred hill that doesn't really have amenities, that's a good one to go with, as well as getting the A Basin only pass. If you do get the Loveland pass, like the full-blown one that I think is like $459, that puts you on Powder Alliance or whatever it is, or Mountain Collective, whatever the fuck they're calling it, but you get like 3 days of Purgatory, Pow Mau, Powderhorn, like Ski Hesperus, I think Monarch's on there, like a bunch of these other resorts. So for value, it's not a bad gig with that. Let's see. Caden Deschamps, I'm getting a party board this year, Slush Slasher or Party Wave. The big thing to ask yourself is, do you want 3BT? If you're cool with 3BT, then yes, the Party Wave. If you don't, then it's the Slush Slasher. They're both in the same category. They ride a little differently. The Party Wave, in my opinion, is a little more damp and it's a little bit stiffer than the Slush Slasher, but you lose that edge bite out at the nose contact point just because of the elevated shape on there. So if you're on firm snow and party boarding, not going to be fun. But if you're in slush or pow, it'll be solid. So yeah. Let's see. Okay. Ahmed Ali, did the service dog replace the POW division Moontail? Is there an overlap between the two? Kind of replaced it. It's softer than the POW division was. The Stale would be the stalefish, whatever you want to call it, would be closer to that POW division Moontail. That's just kind of how they work it. That's kind of how I feel like that they do is like the service dog would be like more soft and playful, and then the stalefish would kind of fit with that. But yes, that realistically is what is replacing it. So, all right. Let's see. Where were we? Oh, God. Tremendous Johnson. Huge Wang over here. Thoughts on Sea to Sky Gondola being cut again? Dude, somebody is out to fuck that gondola up. In case anyone didn't know, the cable got cut again on that gondola, which that just tells me that somebody is really pissed off about it. It's probably some really weird fucking fringe environmentalist that hates it, or just a really jilted former employee. I'm not really sure. But what I do know is that's twice in just over a year that it's been attacked like that, which is just fucked. Like, dude, that's one of my big fears is being on a gondola and the cable gets cut and I just like plummet to my death. Like a chairlift, I might survive. A gondola, I'm dead. I'm just dead. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. What do we got here? Okay, letters more. Let's get the wheel spinning. All right, first spin of the day, people. What do we got? Oh, shit. Jumbo sticker pack. If you want it, you know the drill. Email me, info@angrysnowboarder. Give me that address again because you've won a bunch of these from me. And, yeah, I'll get them in the mail. And, yes, if anyone is convinced I don't send these out, this guy can attest that he has won a bunch from me, and I have definitely mailed them out. So I'm always mailing stickers, it seems. Always. So, yeah. Okay. What do we got up here? Oh, God. Well, we might as well talk about it. So Mark asks, with K2 bringing back clickers, is this a revival of all step-ins to come? Oh, God. Hopefully Vans doesn't bring back Switch. It was the most fucking garbage system on earth. So I said I was going to talk about this. I was actually supposed to get a set back in the spring to ride, and there's things that I actually like about how they brought back clicker this time, and there's questions that I have. The big one that I don't like is it has a 3-degree canting in the binding, and I mean, it's like, you notice that 3-degree canting. And when I asked him, why don't you just offer it so people aren't stuck with 3-degree canting? Everyone needs canting was basically the answer I got, and I don't agree with that. I get that they're trying to compensate for people's anatomy, but we ain't rocking 24-inch stances anymore, guys. We're all getting older and going back to narrower stances. Like, that shit, it's just making you fucking knock-kneed. But what's cool about them is compared to the old clicker where you just had those prongs on the bottom, so when you walked, you were like bike shoes stepping on shit and stuff, they recessed them up in the boot, so you can actually use the boot with a strap binding without having to remove the cleat. Like, it's going to be a stiffer boot, obviously, because it has to compensate for not having straps and giving it that support, but you're going to be able to use those with a regular binding. So I think that that's actually a pretty cool of an idea. They are not compatible with the old clicker, or so I've been told, and frankly, if you're rocking old clicker boots, you should probably be dead or in a museum somewhere. I don't really understand why you people are rocking 30-year-old shit at this point, but more power to you, I guess. Not really. Buy new shit, support snowboarding. So there's that. Now they're doing this thing called natural roll, which allows for the lateral play. And what it is one of the reasons they brought this back is the brand manager, Gershon. He's always loved bindings that have a lot of lateral play, so it gives you that skate-like feel, so you can really move your ankle around in there. And that's what they're going for with it being a two-prong system on the bottom. And so you got your toe, your heel, and then you're going to have that natural roll in the boot. And what's cool is this time with it being recessed in there, it actually makes it for a stronger one than when it was just screwed in basically to the bottom of the boot and the soles would start to detach and everything. So you got a little bit stronger. So there's a lot more lateral play in there. And this is something that I noticed with the Burton ones, because like basically if this is the high back, you've got that heel cleat right there and you're locked in. So you don't have as much heel leverage as you will with the K2 stuff. I will be getting a set hopefully in the next like 2 to 4 weeks. And the good thing is it's a K2 boot, so I know it'll fit my foot, and it's a Masis, so it's a slightly stiffer boot, so it won't fully destroy me. Do I think this is going to be an end-all, be-all situation like Step-On? No, I don't. I still think we're looking at 3 to 5 years, and then it's either just a small little piece of the line or it's gone, and then we'll see it again by about the time I'm, about 67. About 67. So almost 70, these things will return, hopefully. If climate change doesn't kill ski resorts, which, fuck, we're all fucked on that regard. Ugh. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on with it. And they do have a women's model and a guy's model, women's boot, men's boot. I know that Nitro actually has a clicker boot, and I think that'll actually work with the new system. So you do have another brand option out there, even though they're not really promoting it. And I think there's even some Japanese boots. I think, what brand was it? No, they do their own. Now that I think about it, it's one of the Yonex. Yonex. I thought they might, but I think theirs is their own proprietary system. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's still some other Japanese company making clicker stuff out there. So, yeah, fucking weird to see that shit back, right? And the funny thing was last year at this time, it was like 2 weeks from now, when A Basin opened, the K2 ride guys were out testing it at A Basin for opening weekend. And I remember looking at it going, that looks like a Burton with a metal heel cup. And, I was like looking at it and shit. And you can see that it's got that two-piece construction there so you can adjust the heel cup and shit. So you got some adjustability. I think there's going to be a whole market of people that this will definitely hit. And most of them will only watch the review on the channel when I put it out and never listen to me on anything else. So that's really it. Am I going to suddenly switch over? No. Do I still think snow is going to get stuck up in the cleats? Oh, yeah. All the time. So, yeah. Let's see. Oh, God. Tequila Lucian. Avran, my girlfriend is new on snowboarding. I recommend her to watch Jim and Ted's videos. Shout out to Shred Ahead Snowboarding. The greatest guys over 65 making snowboard content. Anyway, there's other recommendations for female gear advice or tips over the YouTubes. There's nothing good out there, man. There's nothing. It's awful. It's basically a barren wasteland with like these little pseudo oases of female content, but you get whatever her nuts is that works with a good ride that doesn't know the difference between camber and flat to rocker, so I can't recommend that. You got Janice Spiteri, who's like, look at me, I'm going to be an actress. Oh, I'm going to the Olympics for Malta. Oh, I can't get above the fucking lip in a super pipe. Like, no, there's nothing. I'm sorry. I tried. I'm still trying. I'm going to find a female person to do female reviews. Probably just won't be for the 2020-21 season because, well, 2020 can suck a fart out of my ass. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Okay, Stoked on photos. How does the Solomon Dancehall compare to the Orca? Would there be major overlap between the two? There wouldn't be major overlap between the two. Like, they kind of sit in similar categories. The Dancehall is going to be lighter. It's going to be snappier. It's going to be more responsive and more lively than the Orca. in there. The Orca is going to have better edge hold. I know that for a fact. There's the side cuts on Solomons. The second you get on really icy shit, they do not. They just do not engage like magnet traction. It's not going to grip there. It's going to be a damper ride, which means less vibrations in the foot, so you're going to not feel as much leg fatigue in there. They're both, I mean, like you can both ride POW, you can both ride the mountain on them. If I had to really choose one over the other, if it was like straight like POW party boarding, like low angle, I would probably go Orca. But if it's like more all mountain POW use, a little bit steeper above tree line, I'd probably go Dancehall. And that's kind of where it is. Okay, where else were we? Okay, Up Freak X. Worth going to Colorado the week before Xmas this year. And should I get an Epic Pass if I go then? Well, I mean, if you're going to go, you need an Epic Pass because there's no guarantee you're going to get a day ticket. It's better that way. Like, if you're going to do it, buy the Epic Pass, reserve that whole week. You're guaranteed. You'll be able to do your first reservation with the Epic Pass on November 6th. The people that are just buying day tickets, or no, October. I think it's November. November 6th. Yeah, November 6th, you're allowed your premier or preferential reservations. And then the general public, I think they get it like December 7th. They're allowed to finally start making reservations or something like that. It's like the 6th or the 7th in there. So if you buy the Epic Pass, you can guarantee that week, at least if you wanted to. As far as snow goes, they're calling for a colder, wetter year, but they're saying like it's going to be like an abrupt start, then nothing, and then more snow like middle to end of January through the middle of February, then like a lull. Then we're going to get hit again March, April. So, I mean, it really comes down to how you want to plan that trip. Personally, I mean, if you really want to go that week, buy the Epic Pass, reserve your 7 days or your premier 7 days. And once you use those days, you're going to get those 7 days again. So if you want to come back out in the spring or whatnot, then you're going to be good with that. But that's how I would look at it. Do I think it's going to be worth it the week before Christmas? I think it's going to be a lot less crowded than it's been in years past. So, yeah. Okay, Marcio Santos. I've been riding flatboards lately, but I'm thinking about buying the simulator just to have a camber board. Does it feel very hooky? No, it doesn't feel very hooky for the most part. And actually, it's not a true camber. It's like camber 2.0. Like there's some flat sections in there and shit. The big thing is detune your contact points if you're worried about it being hooky, and just understand it's going to probably have a little more liveliness and response out of it than your flatboard, but overall not going to be too hooky. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay, Fleur Blitz. What second board would you pair with the Nitro Banker for more park-oriented riding or smaller resort riding on the East Coast? Personally, I'd probably go with like a Roam Agent. I think that's a really solid one to the banker. You're going to get camber underfoot. It's like that new age camber, so you're still going to get pop and stuff in there. It's got decent edge hold. You can ride the whole mountain with it, but it's still freestyle focused. Like that would probably be my top pick. Maybe a Capita simulator if you wanted to go asymmetrical, or even like the indoor survival there. The new indoor that board's fucking fire now. They got rid of those titanial struts in there. It's way more snappy and responsive. If you're looking for something with like edge hold and a little more playful, you could do like a GNU Finest or maybe even a Headspace. That way you got the magnet traction in there. And what else do I feel like I should throw out there for you? If you want like a medium volume shift too, the K2 Bottle Rocket. So you can actually downsize on it. It's a little bit wider. It's playful where you need it to be, but it's still going to have good edge hold. And I think that would get you dialed in. Oh, man. Okay, what else we got? Okay. Let's see. Getting some of my questions. Snuggy Dougie, what are we doing here today? Stealing your souls and promoting capitalism. That's what we're doing. So you should go to angrysnowboarderstore.com and hire me to be your personal shopper and then buy all the merchandise. Yes, and in case anyone didn't know, I dropped a whole bunch of merchandise at about 10:45 Mountain Standard Time last night on angrysnowboarderstore.com. Everything is print to suit and drop shipped right from the printer, so there's no limits on this stuff. This stuff is just going to sit there. I'm going to see what's selling, what's not selling in about a month. Maybe pull some stuff. I'll be adding stuff as well. Probably not weekly, maybe monthly. So next month there'll be a few new pieces being added in there and some new colorways and whatnot. So if you don't see a color you like now, just expect that it'll probably show up in a month or 2 or 3, depending on what's going on. I kept it really simple, black and white for most stuff in there. Tried to really just not overwhelm you guys with various options, but I will be adding more. And just so you guys know, I've worked with the people that are drop shipping and printing in the past. They've made a lot of my t-shirts and other merchandise in the past. So I know it's been sourced, it's quality. I'm not worried about that. It's not like any of the Teespring bullshit that you see on some YouTubers' videos underneath where sometimes you get a quality shirt and sometimes you get a generic shirt. There's like no quality control because they just mass buy shit and then they just print on it and ship it. And that's kind of like how it is, and it's very hands-off. Like, I've actually done that. Also, coffee mugs. There's fucking coffee mugs in there. Unfortunately, I had to raise the price on them because for some reason coffee mugs cost a shit ton to ship these days. I was like, what the fuck? It's the weirdest thing. Like, sending a hoodie, $10. Sending a mug, $10. And I was like, but the mug is in a small little box. Like, the hoodie takes up more space. I don't fucking get it. Also, all the prices include shipping, and yes, it does ship international. So if you think the prices are steep, just understand that shipping is included in that price, international shipping. So if you guys are like, oh, $60 for a hoodie seems kind of high, understand that that actually includes your shipping. So your shipping is in there. You're not getting charged anything. I think even for international, it looks like VAT is included in that too. For some countries, not for others. I haven't. That one we're still figuring out. So hopefully you guys are stoked on the merchandise. It's there. I'm going to be adding, like I said, I'll be adding more stuff. And if anyone's a graphic designer and wants to design something, let me know. Maybe we can work out like a payment plan or something. I'd love to hire the snowboarders of the internet versus going on like Fiverr or working with people I've worked with in the past. Nothing wrong with the people I've worked with in the past. I just know that sometimes you need fresh eyes on things. So, yeah. Okay. All right. What else we got here? The shred ship. Can you ever have too much snowboard apparel or boards? Asking for a friend. Yes. Yes, you can. I dated a girl that was a board hoarder. And I thought it was obscene that she had like 12 snowboards. And this was 16 years ago, and I thought that was obscene. And then I sit here in a room, and there's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 snowboards in this room and like 35 in the other. And I think that's obscene. Kevin has a slight issue to the point that he has a spare room just full of boards that he doesn't even go in. I don't know why he has that, but yes, you can literally have too much stuff. I think realistically, 2 to 3 boards is what most people need, unless you're just buying stuff to have for wall hangers and shit, which I guess, I'm kind of guilty of that because I've got like 10 snowboards under my bed that never get ridden that are wall hangers that I need to clean off and get hung up on stuff in there. But that's neither here nor there. And so, yeah, as far as apparel goes, it depends. Like, perpetually going through snowboard trade shows and shit, I just have drawers of black t-shirts that I don't even wear. Like, when I did the mystery prize packs, I just packed a lot of stuff that I've gotten over the years. I was like, oh, a 10-year-old brand new Forum shirt. In it goes. In this goes. In this goes. And I just put it in there. You can have too much. Like, I try to just wear the same amount of stuff over and over and over again until it disintegrates. That's just me. So... Okay, Legendary Steve, what's happening on the Icon Pass? Most resorts on it aren't offering reservations. If it's owned by Alterra, it doesn't have a reservation system, it seems. If it's a partner to it, or it's like a licensed out type thing, so like Copper is technically a partner of it. There's a pseudo reservation system with parking, but like A-Basin, if you're an A-Basin only pass holder, no reservation system, ride whenever you want. If you're an Icon pass holder, you have to make a reservation, but you get priority over the day ticket people that they're going to sell. So it's really weird, but you're only getting like 5 to 7 days there. Aspen, you still have to, I think you have to put the reservation in. That one, I'm not sure. I know Big Sky, it looks like you have to. Mammoth, June, you don't. So I'm assuming Squaw, Alpine, you don't either. I think Crystal's still good with that. It just kind of depends on what their agreement is with the resort and whatnot. So best thing I can tell you is if you got an Icon, just make sure you're not going to just roll up. Like, research it now. Try to get out there. Be prepared. I mean, like I said, this is going to be a weird fucking season for all of us. And there's a lot of people that are fucking sleeping on this that are just going to get screwed. And then there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I just have to plan a little bit harder. Okay, I'm going to do it because I want to make it happen. And I feel like that's the difference between people that snowboard and snowboarders. Snowboarders are going to fucking make it happen. People that snowboard are just going to be like, fuck this, and stay home and play Fortnite and watch Dr. Disrespect and cry. So, okay. All right, what else we got here? All right. Let's see. Okay, Joey C. I will be by myself this Christmas, so I'm planning on going riding on Christmas Day. Anyone done that? I'm hoping the mountain will be empty. So the cool thing about Christmas, depending like the size of the resort you're at, it's generally, if you go early in the morning, it's pretty fucking empty. Like, you know, people are waking up with their kids, and fucking little Timmy's getting his fucking skis because he's a fat little skier fuck. And little Susie's over there crying about her like Shred With Me Barbie, and it's not the blonde one she wanted or whatever. They're doing the family thing, right? So they're doing the family thing. They're doing that. I'd say between about 10:30, 11:30 is when they start to show up. Realistically, it's about noon. They sort of show up. They want to go use their new equipment. They're out there for like an hour or two, and then they got to get back to the family because of family obligations. Christmas Day is actually a really great day to shred. Always has been. When I lived on the East Coast, my favorite thing was always saying I was going to work for the mountain on Christmas Day so I could get out of doing shit with my family, and then I'd go snowboard in the morning. So, you know, I'd come back and then deal with the Christmas shit with them, or I do Christmas super early in the morning, then go over and work, use that term loosely. Basically, I'd show up and punch in, and my boss would be like, go make a couple fucking laps. And I'd be like, fuck yeah, I get paid to ride today. And then I'd go ride, and then I'd still ride some more, and then I'd come in at the end of the day and punch out and get a full day's paycheck for not doing shit, plus holiday pay, which was fucking amazing. Shout out to my boss, Brian, in the rental shop. But yeah, overall, Christmas is actually not a bad day. It's like the day before is kind of chaotic. The day after is just a fucking shit show. Christmas Day, it's usually not too bad. And this year with the restrictions and shit, I think it's going to be even more mellow. So I'd say definitely go for it. All right. Avs Fan 2014, looking at getting some Flux XF bindings. Are they stiff enough to handle a Razi Gypsy HD? Does it necessarily matter? I mean, a lot of that's personal preference. Would I put that binding on a Gypsy HD if I was looking to have more power and drive? Probably not. I don't think they're actually stiff enough for it. I just don't think Flux bindings in general, like their stiffest one at best is just past middle of the road flex. It's like not as stiff as other brands out there. So take that into consideration. Now, maybe that's what you want is more lateral play in that binding, but you still want that response of a slightly stiffer high back. That might work, and it might match well with your boots. It's really going to come down to your personal preference on that one, bud. Okay. What else we got here? All right. Will Doyle, do you think Brighton will go the same way as Big Sky since they're both owned by Boyne Resorts? I do. I thought Brighton was supposed to make an announcement this week saying that Icon pass holders would have to make reservations ahead of time, but their pass holders would be fine. And I noticed that they were hiring, and they were saying something about like if you get a pass, you're never gonna have to worry about reservations if you work for them and stuff. So I think that's kind of how it's gonna go. Personally, if I was living in Salt Lake, I'd probably get a Powder Mountain pass and just say fuck everyone and drive north and just go ride Pow Mau and just be like, fuck it, peasants, I'm gone. They already capped their day ticket sales, so this is like nothing new to me. So. Okay. Jason R. Current board is the Ride Helix. Love it for bombing hills. Yeah, it's a stiff board. It's good for fucking bombing. Looking for a new board for a jibbing and buttering. Any recommendations? Oh yeah, I got plenty for you. I mean, personally, I think like the Nidecker sensor is probably the best butter stick you could fucking get. Like if you're looking to really improve your butter game, that's super solid and it's good at jibbing. You could do a K2 Worldwide Weapon, a Ride Kink, a Rome Gangplank. You could probably do a Capita Outsiders or not the Outsiders, the Horoscope or the Scotty Stevens, depending on which way you wanted to really go with that. I think the Horoscope's a little stiffer than the Scotty, but it's still soft and playful. Let's see. What other brands? I feel like I'm forgetting some stuff here. No, that sucks. The GNU Finest comes to mind as well. Let's see. The GNU Money as well, depending on what camera profile you want. You got the Finest or the Money. You can go C2 or you could go BTX on that. I feel like that just kind of nailed everything out there for you. They gave you a lot of options. So definitely look into that. Also, for you guys that are buying online, I don't know if I never really plugged this, but I have affiliate links down below in all my videos. Like if you click it, I get anywhere between a 4 and 12% commission. So I do make some money on that. Really cost you nothing since you're already buying online. So if you're doing that, click it, fuck it, make me some money, support snowboarding. Also, if you guys are looking for deals, you can hire me as a personal shopper and I can check the backside of all the shops that I work with, which is something like 40 shops. And I can basically see who's got the best deals on there. And sometimes I find stuff that's like 50% off. So for $5, I can save you a bunch of money if you don't mind buying like a last year. So yeah, there's that. Okay, Patrick Knoll. Is it worth it to pick up an A Basin Pass for October, November, and May, June only? Really thinking hard about it since Monarch is only open late November through April. Honestly, yeah, it is. You'll get your money's worth out of it if you're willing. I know driving up from down there, I mean, you're looking at about 2.5, 3 hours, depending on traffic and weather, to come up from down in the BV Salida area. But yeah, I think it's definitely worth it. I mean, fuck. I'll probably get 20 days on my A Basin Pass if they open early October. I'll get that before November. So, I mean, it's already worth it. The pass did just go up in price, so I think it's $3.99 right now. But at the same time, it'll be good. You've got that in that May, June time frame as well. And so that plus, if you're just not feeling Monarch or A Basin gets hit on a storm and you're a season pass holder, you don't have to worry about reservations. You can just drive right up. So I would definitely do it. Okay. What do we got here? Timothy Stevenson, just throwing money at you. I love it when people throw money at me. Let's give you a spin of the wheel, bud. What do we got? All right. Well, you want a medium sticker pack if you want it, sir. So all you need to do is email me, info@angrysnowboarder, and I will get that in the mail to you probably tomorrow. And which everyone that's previously won or is a member of VIP, all your stuff is currently in the mail if it hasn't already shown up. Also, for anyone just tuning in, I know there's 104 of you in here. If you super chat, you get a spin of the wheel. You can win mystery prizes. There's promo codes for merchandise on there. I'll be giving those out when it hits on that. And you can win sticker envelopes. All right, we got another one from Letters More. Let's see what we got here. Oof, lose a turn. That's a hard one. Okay, let's see. Okay, Kung Fu Haggis, how's it going? Are you optimistic about the new Flow Fusion straps, rubber molded versus the old padded strap? Do you think it'll be an improvement? I think what it is it's a fit difference. So when you get that injection mold, they don't break in like anything that's got foam on there. Like the foam tends to break down, and if it's sewn in, it stretches over time, and then you're readjusting it. Those injected mold straps just they hold their shape so much better. And I mean, it's similar comparison. Like I've been using this toe strap on this Roam right here, and that's all just an injected one. This thing, I never worry about how it fits. You know, it grips, it stays on, and now they're doing that on the heel strap. It's the same thing with what's going on with the flow straps. They're going to hold better. They're not going to have as much give in them. They're not going to stretch out over time. Do I think it's an improvement? Yes. Will I be testing some? Hopefully. I got to reach out to my rep, and he basically lives in southeast Wyoming or Dakota. I don't even know anymore. It's so far out in Colorado. It's basically on the state line, and you have to drive like 3 hours down a dirt road. And then when you see like a decaying horse carcass, you take a right. And then when the squirrel is trying to like attack the badger, that's where you take a left. And then you're going to see an old blind man, and you're going to stop and talk to him, and you're going to give him money, and he's going to give you the proper directions to get there. You die. That's basically finding my rep's house. So, I mean, we like to send him photos of like tumbleweeds blowing over roads and just be like, oh, Greg, am I near your house? So, yeah. Okay. Looks like we got a few more super chats. Okay. Bryson Huber. Heard anything about habitual snowboards? I see they're made at Hood. That's about all the info I found. No, this is news to me. This is probably another hobby garage brand. They built their own press. Be honest, it's probably crap. Unless they're ordering them from another factory, but I've never heard of them. And at this point, small brands, if I haven't heard of them, I'm just like, meh. Like, you know, so let's give you a spin of the wheel, bud. Ooh, reverse spin again. Oh, you got the middle finger. Dan O'Brien, do you ever sell your old boards that you're hoarding? I don't hoard like other people. Almost everything I have, I keep around for specific uses. Like I'm still riding a first year K2 Cool Bean, and I still get like 20, 30 days on that thing. Like there's a limited edition K2 Turbo Dream gyrator from Camp K2 that I don't ride, and sometimes it shows up in the background on stuff. I've got an old K2 Travis Parker. Got an old Type A Mark Morris set that my brother built when he worked for Type A, and I know he built it because he's dyslexic and he's a fucking peasant. And if he's watching this, you're a fucking peasant. I don't care what mom and dad try to tell you. You're not the favorite son. I am, and you're a fucking peasant. But he built it, and he's dyslexic, so the base graphics wrong on that. That thing, the edge actually rusted and fell apart on it. So it's much like my brother being a peasant. The edge was a peasant, and so I've got that, and then everything else, like anything I get from brands, usually generally goes back. Or if they tell me to keep it, I just give it away. It ends up being promo for this, like, or it goes to one of the homies that needs something. I'm not one of these guys. I'm not like James Beastie from the Good Ride that's just like, give me as much free shit as I possibly fucking can. Why do you need 25 pairs of fucking different boots, man? Just settle on one set of boots so you have a consistent ride whenever you go out. I don't get it. Like, that's not me. Most of the companies I work with, they know if I specifically ask for something, it's because I'm going to ride it into the ground. Like my black labels, I have 3 pairs of Roam black labels. That's for consistency for when I'm testing. Like I can just put them on. I know how the binding works. I don't have to worry about anything. Roam hooked it up with that. I traded them a bunch of bottles of Breck bourbon for it. I bought some off the rep. I bought my Roam Warden that I have from the rep too. I was just like, hey, part of it was I just didn't want to drive to Denver to return it to him, and part of it was I needed a throwaway board that I could just ride into the ground, and I was just like, hey, I'll buy this from you, and he was just like, oh, okay, and I did that. But that's how it is. Like, when I ask for something, it's because I'm going to fucking ride it into the ground. It's not because I want a deal or I just want to be cool and stuff. Like, I'm still rolling fucking like a 4 or 5 year old L1 jacket because it's still good. And I'm just like, fuck it. And they've been like, do you want some fresh stuff? And I'm like, I need pants. And then they give me the wrong size pants. And I was like, I can't use these. So I give them back. And I ended up just buying pants online. Like, I don't fucking take, like, and I don't hoard like some people. So yeah, hopefully that answers that question. Let's give you a spin of the wheel. Woo. You want a small sticker pack if you want it, Dan? Email me, info@angrysnowboarder, with your mailing address. Make sure you people put your mailing addresses in there. I really need that so I can send stuff to you. If I don't get that, you pretty much can't get anything because I can't just put your name on it and drop it in the post office and pray that it makes it. Oh, this is a good one. This is a PSA from Joey C. If anyone hasn't seen it yet, Shredder may be the greatest snowboard movie ever made. Watched it for the first time. Oh my God, Shredder is the best, worst slasher snowboard movie ever fucking made. Oh, I love it. I love it. And the guy is sponsored by Inca Snowboards and rocking old school K2 clickers on the fucking board. Oh, dude, the best is like the scene where the girl fucking gets pushed off the chairlift and he hangs her and she just ends up going around her corpse. Like, you just see it in the background. People are like, I haven't seen Jenny, and there she is on the chairlift just hanging as it goes around. That movie is so fucking bad. It's great. Speaking of that too, I signed up for Twitch. We might start dual streaming on Twitch and YouTube. But I'm thinking I kind of want to do like watch party type shit eventually, where we watch really shitty fucking snowboard inspired Hollywood movies and talk about it and shit. So like riff tracks type shit. So this might be something for the future. And Shredder is definitely on the fucking list. I love how bad that movie is. For years, when I had free cable, when I was living up by the side of the resort, the condo unit paid for the cable. That movie was always on VOD. Like, you never had to pay for it. I'd be like, what do I want? Oh, Shredder. I'm going to fucking watch this movie and fall asleep. Fucking bad. Yeah, great. Okay. Bull owner. Rubber tires should have never been a feature. No. Oh, rubber tires are fucking great in the park. I love that shit. Lose a turn. Lose a turn. Okay. Richard Medico, which board of your personal boards will you ride first this year? Probably my backslash will be mounted up, but I've actually got an old jib pan that the Shark Bite. You saw it on Can Kevin Carve It. I like to bust that thing out usually for the first day as a complete and utter fucking joke. So I might take that out. Really just depends on how I'm feeling. I don't feel like there's going to be a race to open this year like last year where I had a feeling A Basin was going to open and I had all my shit set, and then they dropped the announcement and I pretty much dropped everything I was doing and was there in 15 minutes. So I was third person in line, like third chair. So yeah. Okay. All right, so Jack Ripper, Satan loves you all. Get your souls ready for the season. 666 super chat. Always with 666, Satan. Always. Click like, people. Click like. That's what the wheel is telling you. So remember to click like. Ooh. Philip Chesnock, thoughts on Vans linerless boots? So linerless boots are really a throwback to a different time in snowboarding. And if you really like tweaking, and because a liner is basically going to stiffen up a boot and it just creates more flex points and it slows down like the flex into the shell and how you drive it. So by getting rid of that, you're going to get a flexier boot. If you're really looking to tweak it and just overflex a boot, yeah, you're going to lose a lot of warmth. You're going to lose water protection for sure. Like, those things are not going to be as waterproof as something with a liner. Like, I don't know if you've ever pulled a boot out and seen how much moisture you actually get between the shell and the liner. Yeah, now that shit's going right on your foot. I mean, it's not going to be a boot for everyone, and the best boot obviously is the one that fits your foot and fits your needs. But if you're one of those guys that is really skate inspired, really just tweaky, just really flexing into the board, kind of loose and sloppy with how you do everything. Probably going to be what you need. So, all right. We got a super chat from Bulky Ray Valentine. All hail Cardiel. Yeah. Fuck. He's actually got a pro model board too with, what is that? It's that Japanese company. Was it Snow Surf or whatever they call it? I can't think of the actual name, but I know they're made in Japan. Reverse spin again. Oh, promo code. We're dropping the first promo code. All right. So the first person that uses this, because it's only got a one-time use, will get 5%, and it is angry, the number 5, live, all one word. So you type in angry, the number 5, the word live. You're going to get 5% on your order, off your order on angrysnowboarderstore.com. So that's good for one use. First person that uses it gets it. So, all right. Mark, supporting the cause and getting a spin of the wheel. Whew. Next non-super chat gets a spin. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Let's try to find a good question here. Okay, really digging for a question here. Man. A lot of past questions. Let's see. Okay, I'll take this one from Nicholas Schneider. What do you think about Steamboat, mountain parks, etc.? So I lived in Steamboat when I first moved to Colorado with an evil ex-girlfriend who ruined that town for me for a while. The thing about that mountain is it's not challenging. It's got some steep areas, like you got the chutes, and you can get out to like Christmas Tree Bowl and get into some stuff, but it's a relatively flat, mellow mountain. And we always joke that it's like a powder chaser's paradise. Like that's where you go when you're old and your knees have given out, because the mountain is so mellow and the snow is so light. There's a lot of fun terrain and side hits on that mountain, but you can also get stuck in really mogulled out areas. It's an old school mountain. It really is. It's got, even though it's been modernized and they're redoing the base area and shit, you still, when you go there, you're like, you feel like you're 20, 30 years behind, and you're just like, okay. So there's that, a lot of older money up there, a lot of older people in it. Definitely a skiing town with a drinking problem. So alcoholism reigns supreme. It's also close to the meth capital of Colorado, Craig. So Craig, Colorado is the meth capital of Colorado. So, if you need meth, trucker speed, you might even see Randy up there. He'll be doing rubbing tugs at the Stop and Shop. So there's that. But as a mountain, it's pretty mellow. The park, Superpipe can be good when it's cut right. Jumps, if they build Large Marge right, it's great. If they build it wrong, you're blowing a fucking knee. Jibs, whatever. I do like the fact that they have that lower jib park with a mini pipe at the bottom, and it's lit at night, so you can do night laps up there as well. You are in a bubble in Steamboat, though, so like if you're there and the snow's good and the roads are closed, no one's fucking making it up. And if the airport closes, no one's getting in, and that can be a good thing. There are certain times, and I don't believe this will be an issue this season, but it's like when they do Country Jam or whatever the fuck they call it, where all of the Texas college kids descend to listen to really shitty third-rate country music, which country music's already shitty to begin with, but this is like extra shitty country music. I didn't even know that was possible till I lived there, but yes, that's extra shitty country music. That cost of living's a little bit higher. The restaurants are a little bit more expensive. You're a little more further out. Um, there's some good restaurants. There's a lot of mediocre ones up there as well. Um, that's about it. But shout out to my boys at Powder Tools. Go see Bernie and Curtis at Powder Tools. Those guys fucking crush it. One of the greatest core shops in any shred town ever. Love that store. Love stopping in there and just shooting the shit with them, giving them Zima. I kept trying to give them Zim jobs, and it turned out they just like Zima. Like, you try to prank them, like icing them, but you give them a Zima, and you figured it'd be funny, but they'd be like, "Oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever!" And you're like, "Fuck!" So you can't. So if you really want to get in the good graces, give them Zima. So yeah. Okay, what else we got down here? Okay. All right, so Undead bindings to pair with the GNU headspace. Oh wait, actually, hang on. Nicholas Schneider, I forgot he gets a spin. All right, click like. Okay, so for Undead bindings to pair with the GNU headspace. If you did bent metal, I'd go with the transfers over the logics. I just think that that's the better binding for that, and obviously Mervin matches their binding division to work with their board divisions. So I'd go with the transfer on that. Unless you really wanted to get super soft, then you could do the logic on there. Otherwise, I'd look at the now. The now times yes would be a good like freestyle binding to put on there. Key 2 lineup, Union Force, or the Strata. Unless you really want to get super soft and playful, then maybe the Contact on there. With Ride, I do like the C or A4, depending if you want composite or aluminum. Burton, Cartel, wouldn't go with the Malavita because you crack the top sheet. I know that for a fact. I've seen that one happen in there. And I think that's kind of the options I give you. And let's give you a spin of the wheel. Woo. Next non-super chat gets a spin. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. Trying to find. Okay, Gene Graves. Any changes to the backslash this year? They moved the inlaid die cut in it, and that's about it. It's essentially the same fucking board. They just moved the die cut, and I think they tried like a new ink on the graphic or something like that. Otherwise, it's still the same fucking board. So, all right, let's give Gene a spin of the wheel. Gene, you won some jumbo sticker pack if you want it. So, you know the drill. Make sure you email me your address, and I'll get that in the mail. That lets me know that you want it. Also, Gene was one of the first people to buy merchandise on Angry Snowboarder Store, so shout out to him for fucking supporting the cause. Jesus Christ, I got to come up with some money here. I got some expenses coming up that suck. Okay, where else were we? Oh, Sterling Ayers bought the Battalion Omni. Super stoked for this season. Sweet, dude. Good for you. Omni's a fun board. You like 3BT and charging? Ooh, spin again. Remember to subscribe, people. Remember to subscribe. Let's see. Sean Sheeling, go back to tacos. No. Crab Rangoons. 2020-2021 season is the year of the Rangoon and the Wonton. It's what I'm eating now. Tacos are great, but Rangoons and Wontons, that's what you're eating now. It's the trendy food. We're going to be hipsters now. Go to Castaways Cove in Breckenridge. It's under the River Mountain Lodge. Tell them I sent you. See if you can eat more crab rangoons than me. I hold the record. All right. Next on Super Chat gets a spin. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Brian De La Torre. Any other companies moved to the mothership, like supporting environmental crap? I think a lot of companies have moved from the mothership. I haven't heard of anyone going to it recently. It seems like everyone's left it, just for some magnitude of other reasons and whatnot. But stuff coming from the Kyle factory, which makes Burton and Niche, is actually environmentally friendly. GP87 actually tries to figure out how to use more environmentally conscious methods, just to be ahead of the game, so that when it comes to it, they can do that, even though they're in China. Like, fortunately, snowboard construction really isn't environmentally friendly. So we're getting there. Like, Niche has recyclamine. Burton has that same one where they can break down the epoxy and pull the raw materials apart to recycle. We'll see if that's just marketing bullshit or if they actually do it. I don't know. I always feel like if you can, you just try to upcycle everything that you go through. Like, you take your old boards, you turn them into shelves, you cut them into cruiser skateboards, stuff like that. If you really want to, wash your liners out of your boots. Like, make sure you wash them good and aggressive, but then cut them right above the ankle and basically make little slip-on booties that you can wear around and shit from the liners. You can use the shells as planters for tomato plants and shit too. Like, you tighten the boot up and then throw a bunch of dirt in there and it'll grow plants and shit. Looks tacky as fuck. It'll lower property values, which, I mean, if that's what you're trying to do, good for you. So you can do that. Outerwear, if you retreat it, which is what I try to do, like, my shit will make it to the end of its lifespan for me. I try to wash it with Tech Wash, give it some more life, and then I donate it to places like Shred Foundation. There's Hoods to Woods, Snow Days. There's a lot of different places where you can donate old outerwear to. You know, if you try to, like, milk shit for as long as you can, it's amazing. Like, I mean, I'm still rocking goggles that are like 5-6 years old because I just take care of them and I'm going to run those things into the ground. So, you know, as long as you try to do stuff, it'll be good. All right, let's give you a spin of the wheel there, Brian. All right, you want a small sticker pack, sir? A small sticker pack. Email me your mailing address, info@angrysnowboarder, and I will get that in the mail to you. All right, what else we got here? Okay, so this is a good one from, where'd it go? I just lost it. From Jorge Morales. Just bought a new place, and I'm looking for a nice way to store my boards other than leaning them against the wall. Any ideas? So you could always build like what I did up there, which is just like plank wood that I put a red stain on it. You cut it about, what is that? I think that one's about 12 inches. Cut it about 12 inches. You get a dowel. You do the same thing. You drill a hole depending on how wide you want it. Like, those are drilled 27.5 centimeters or 28 centimeters, so I could fit wide boards in there. And basically, you drill the hole straight through, cover the dowel with wood glue, put it in there, tighten it down. You put 2 screws in the center on the stud, and boom, you got a board rack. And then you just hang it, and gravity actually holds the board in there. I think total cost between wood glue, screws, the board, and the dowel was only like $25. Oh, and the stain was like another $9. So it was like $35. But that board that I did, I bought it at Lowe's. I think that board was like 14 feet. I mean, I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 in this room, and I got like 4 or 5 out in the other room that did that with. Well worth it. Super easy to make. Took me about, I don't know, 45 minutes, not counting the time to let the stain dry. And it took about 2 minutes to actually install it on the wall. And that was it. And I think they actually look good. I mean, you guys see them in every video. They hold boards well. I've been thinking about selling them because it's really easy for me to make, and I can just put them in a padded envelope and just ship it. So That's one thing. So, let's see. All right. All right. Paul Gerards. Hope everyone is healthy. Does anyone know what they'll rename the GNU Mueller to now that Nucleus Mueller has gone off the rails? If anything, it'll probably just become one of the knife series of stuff. Like they have the Swiss knife, the hot knife, the box knife. It'll probably, I mean, if they were really, really funny in that, they would call it the null knife. That's what I would call it. Just poke fun at that fucker and not give a shit. It'll be released in something. It'll probably be a late season release because they'll just redo the graphics if they even built any. I don't know if they made the cores or did anything because obviously if they did, they want to reuse them. But if they didn't, I really wouldn't foresee it. If you want something like the Mueller, then you probably want the Swiss knife in that. So, all right. Here we go. Ooh, reverse spin again. What do we got for you? Wear your masks, people. We all want to have a shred season. If we wear our masks, we do our part. Do your part, we can all shred. And believe me, it's a fucking privilege to go shredding during a pandemic, and I really don't want to spend 3.5, 4 months cooped up in my fucking apartment hating life again. Also, I really don't want to have to be live streaming every day with you guys and making content and basically hanging myself. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, where were we? Okay. PSA from Michael Kulig. Received an email from Icon today. Everyone is getting a new pass this year. Make sure you sign your release of liability and pick his uploaded shred time approaches. So if you have an Icon pass, make sure you sign that liability waiver because if you try to use your pass, they're going to tell you, one, it doesn't work. Then you're going to have to go stand inside and be around people and get your pass photo taken. So fucking let's just do this. Get this shit going. We need to make this thing run like a fucking well-oiled machine this year. I'm looking to all you snowboarders of the internet because the people that snowboard are going to fuck this all up. So, all right. Let's see. Let's see, where are we? Bottle and cork. Bring back the morning show. No, the morning show was there for a time and space where you guys needed it. Took too much fucking effort. I don't want to do it. I'd rather just make explained videos where I can film like 25 of them in a day and then slowly roll them out for the next 3 months. It's fucking great. Where I can film like 100 top fives and just roll them out. I have gotten really lazy. Also, my goal is to become the #1 snowboard streamer on Twitch, which shouldn't be hard because the guy with the most subscribers only has 63. I should be able to beat him in a day. So yes, I did park at Angry Snowboarder on Twitch. So I'm getting that thing rolling. Ian the Welshman, can't see it being easy to get from the UK to some resorts this year. Hopefully your domes are open, man. Like Brexit, this just makes Brexit even worse for you guys. So, okay. Let's see. Bulky Ray Valentine, get Avran to Mammoth. Well, really, June and February fund. We'll see. You guys are probably still going to be on fire in February, and I don't really want to go to a state that's burning. Like, my state's already burning. Not as bad as your state, but it's burning. I don't want to go to another state. Your air quality is worse than Beijing. Yeah, middle finger, motherfucker. Oh, fuck. Jumbo. If you want it, you can have it. That's what I get for talking shit too soon. Also, I need to build a Plinko board. I've got an idea. Instead of the mystery wheel, we're going to start playing Plinko soon. Although I don't know if I can call it Plinko because I feel like I'll get sued by Price is Right. But, yeah. All right. Okay. All right. At Jay Bromley, reckon they're going to restrict workers' pass holders from riding so that full price payers get priority. So Vail actually came out and said that there will be no reservation system for their employees or their dependents. And it's a way to basically stack local workers from the workforce that would normally be the volunteer people or whatever. It's a way to just stack people so that their families get passes and whatnot. Sounds like Copper and like Icon Pass resorts are still doing the same thing. So I think employees are still going to be able to shred. The problem is they're going to be understaffed. So, day 27 in a row and you get your ride break, you're probably just going to sit there and stare off into space and question your bad decisions that you've made. So, yeah. Whoa, this is the most unique friggin' super chat I've ever seen. Message retracted from Richard Medico. All right, well, we'll just give you a spin. We'll roll with it. The next question gets a spin. All right. Dustin Barriantos, will you sneak into Canada? No, I'm not a fucking asshole. Like, I have said this since day one of the pandemic and the lockdown is like, there's no reason to be that asshole and like out there traveling if there's restrictions and shit. Like, I'm trying to stay relatively close to home, and if I have to, I will plan a trip. Like, I had to take a friend to Louisiana during lockdown because her dad has ALS, and so to get her down there because he's like wasn't doing well and shit. I had that trip. Like, I can tell you every person I interacted with, where I stopped. I did not go in any stores when I got gas. I kept my interactions so fucking minimal on the whole thing. And like Canada is saying, hey, you're not welcome. I'm like, cool, that's fine. And when you reopen the border, maybe I'll be welcome. Like, fuck. We all have to do our part, people. We don't need to be fucking vloggers traveling around while cities are getting locked down, flying international and being like, well, we made it to the closing day at this resort. Look at us. Oh, you fucking goddamn assholes. And like all these people, like, it's not as deadly as you think. Now, trust me, yes, we have better therapies and everything going on now than we did months ago, so things are better. But it's still fucking deadly. It's still fucking contagious. Let's just all do our part. Be good fucking citizens and get through it. Like, no international travel if they say they're not going to travel. Why the fuck would I sneak in? Yeah, you got some great mountains up there, but I'm like, fuck it. I've got like 15 resorts within 2 hours of me. I'm not going anywhere. I'm fucking stoked. I get to sleep in my own fucking bed and shred. Yeah. And I wear a mask. And I wash my hands. And I wash my ass. And I wash my hands after I wash my ass, too. Wow, you won the fucking mystery prize with that question. Look at you, buddy. Look at you. So, you get the mystery prize. You need to email me, info@angrysnowboarder with your address. And I'm going to get that. Well, I'm not going to get that in the mail, but Cameron Perry is because he volunteered today's mystery pack. So, yeah. Email me. You're going to get that. I'll get your address to him. We'll get that in the mail to you. And, yeah, you win something. So there you go. Vincent Dew, is TJ going to come back as a new upgraded proper snow? Is TJ even alive? Fucker hasn't posted anything in like 4 months. I swear to God, he's dead. I think Kevin killed him and ate him to gain his knowledge, but it didn't help Kevin. So I don't know. That's what I need to do. I need to like start snowboarding conspiracies that like Snowboard Pro Camp are cannibals. Yeah, so you heard it here first. Yeah, that's what happened. TJ's dead. Kevin cannibalized him. There you go. Hashtag justice for TJ. So let's see. Ian the Welshman, have you bought the Porsche yet? The Porsche is out. Ferraris are in. Found Ferraris I can afford. Maybe. We'll see. I doubt it. And by Ferraris, I mean 1986 Fiera GTs with body kits that say Ferrari. It's like $2,000 for a Ferraro. I won't feel bad when I wreck it. Okay. How the fuck did you find a 2015 Subaru Crosstrek with 918,000 miles on it? When I graduated high school, one of the guys I graduated with was working at an auto body shop, and they got a Subaru first year WRX STI, and it was the rally model. It was the blue and gold rally model, and it was the first gen one, and that thing had almost 500,000 miles on it because the guy that bought it was a salesman that drove from Florida to New York every week, just driving up and down, hitting various things. Like, how the fuck do you put almost 1 million miles on a car that's 5 years old? That is fucking obscene. You gotta be really fat because you don't do any exercises. Cavius Billy, PSA, not all country music sucks. Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson do not suck. They're not country, they're Western. They're not country, they're Western. Big distinction between country and Western. Big distinction. I can do Western all fucking day. I love Waylon Jennings. Love Waylon Jennings. But this Blake Shelton bullshit and all that fucking stupid ass, like my tractor left me for my cousin's sister bullshit, Nashville crap ass, fucking Leanne Rhymes crap ass turd nugget bullshit. Fuck that. All right. Spin the wheel. Lose a turn. Pretty much sums up country music. New Renaissance. Thoughts on Funky Snowboard's radial assembled wood cores, funky gun, and funky spray? Honestly, I really don't know much shit about them. I see that they like do the retro thing because, you know, back in the 80s they were a fucking brand for about 3 weeks and now they're back. So they're like the Italian Temper, I guess. I don't really pay too much attention, but I'm pretty sure Nicholas Mueller is going to be riding for him. So, yeah. All right. Richard Medico. It doesn't matter what I said before. The only thing that matters is a sticker pack. Country kind of sucks too, just saying. See? Country music sucks. Western's okay. Country music sucks. What do we got? Next question gets a spin. Where were we? All right, so we're going to go Vinicius Vieira. What are your thoughts on Signal Snowboards? I mean, I kind of like how they've grown their subscription service. The boards are made at Mausen, which is a semi-decent factory as long as QC is on point. It's the same place that Endeavor's made at. So the stuff I've ridden, like the Yup, I really like the Yup. I rode the Wow. I mean, for what it was good. Not my type of board. The Disruptor, decent park board. I need to ride some more stuff like the Omni, and they brought back the Park Rocker for some fucking reason. There's a few other ones like the Womp Eater and stuff. I need to ride them, but overall, I think it's a good thing that they got going on. I like the idea of the subscription thing because then you don't have to dump like a lump sum, and you can make payment plans on it. So let's give you a spin. Promo code time. All right, so here's your second promo code for the day. Angry, the number 7 and the word live, all one word. So Angry 7 Live will get you 7% off an order on angrysnowboarderstore.com. So if you want to buy merchandise, which I just put up a whole ton of merchandise, hop on over there, use that promo code. I believe that there are 2 of those promo codes. So when it's gone, it's gone. So 2 of you can save 7%. And that pretty much leaves us with one final promo code for the day that I will give out when it hits again. Yes. So, all right. Let's see. Where were we? Ivan Drago, is there an angry snowboarder loincloth? There's a cum rag. There you go. Let's see. Okay. Brock Gary. Sounds like you were a huge fan of the new Black Snowboard of Death. You have to say it with an old English accent. Black Snowboard of Death, sir. For somebody wanting to hit everything and do some switch riding, no park except some jumps, would you pick it over the Mercury? Where I would pick it over the Mercury is if you wanted something a little stiffer, a little more aggressive, especially in carves. It's going to have a little more drive off the tail. It's going to have a little more spring in its step. You got to be a little more on point with it, a little more aggressive. If you want to be a little more laid back and you're doing a little more freestyle, that's where the Mercury is. But from what you're describing, if all you're doing is hidden jumps, and do some switch riding, I think that you'd probably want to go with the Black Snowboard to Death over the Mercury. So, yeah. Okay, wait. We got a PSA from NATO the Potato. Just came here to say there's 120 people watching this live and 80 watching Snowboard Pro Camp Live, which is going on now too. Wow. So now he's just, I thought Wednesdays were his live stream day. I try to move it around so that I don't get cannibalized by him. Wow. What a dickhole. Bozer fuck. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Vinicius Bolelli, give me that prize. This man wants to win something. What do we got? Oh. Next question gets a spin. Okay, this is a good one from Kanto. What company has the biggest 2020 glow up improvement in the line from the 2019 to 2020? Well, honestly, Capita really overhauled a lot of shit this year. Like the fact that they got rid of the shitty Titanal struts in the indoor survival. They changed the side cut on the Mercury, so it's got death grip. The Black Snowboard to Death got a fucking huge overhaul in it. Super DOA got a small tweak to it. They tweaked the cores on the spring brake stuff. I mean, that's pretty solid. That one, otherwise, Rome, like with the whole addition of all the new stuff that they added in there, is really, really well. As I really like what they're doing there. I mean, obviously, you're asking. If you're talking about the biggest improvement overall, I think Ride really stands out with adding that A and that C line of binding. So you have the aluminum line, and then you have the composite lines of everything. And I love the fact that there is an aluminum and a composite component to each. So if you don't like aluminum bases, you can get the composite in there. That was a huge fucking overhaul for Ride to do that as well. Let's give you a spin of the wheel. What do we got? All right. Kanto. Jumbo sticker pack if you want it. Email me, info@angrysnowboarder.com, and I will get that in the mail to you. Fuck, people are winning a bunch of jumbos today. The wheel hates me. Wants me to do work. Okay. Let's see. All right. Jonathan Cosiano went to check into my hotel at Big Snow, and guess who was right in front of me checking in? Casey. Not even a doubt in my mind because I know he's there. Because he drove cross country. And then he's going to go see his mom and shit. So, go see the Jersey Boys. Yeah. Vanessa Tracy, but where was the coffee mug? The coffee mug is on angrysnowboarderstore.com. It is on there. I know it's there because I had changed the price on it, and I've had 2 people order it already. So, like, when you go to Angry Snowboarder Store, it'll take you to the big cartel, like the domain will just change you there. If you scroll down, everything is on that front page, and I think it's like 3/4 of the way down. It's at the far end, and that is the Snowboarding Culture is Not Dead mug. I'll bring back the retro logo one, like the synthwave one, and I'll do the OG board breaker coffee mug eventually. Right now, everything with the merchandise on angrysnowboarderstore.com. It's a trial run because they're drop shipping everything. So seeing how it goes, I couldn't believe that we've sold almost $1,000 worth of stuff already in a fucking less than 24 hours, which is fucking absolutely astronomical to me. So yeah, that's crazy, but stoked on that. So thanks for the support on all that, guys. I truthfully, that shit is like definitely saving my ass right now with some unforeseen expenses coming up I got to take care of. So yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, Corey Chan, have you ridden anything with carbon plates underfoot running the width of the core? 2 Japanese brands, Rice 28 and WRX, are doing them. Closest I can think of is Rome Impact plates, but they're glass. Capita's done it. At Mothership, Burton's done it. Rome did it in the past, and then they changed it to the glass. K2's done it. Ride's done it. So what it is, like, sometimes they put aramid under there too as well, which is Kevlar. It's its proper name, not its trademark name. So when you put that carbon under there, and like that full plate and how that is, it will dampen vibrations and stuff, but it stiffens everything up, and you end up losing a little bit of the torsional flex on that board, and then you also lose that lateral flex in there. You get more response. It makes them way more lively, way snappier. Like, you really have to flex into it. When they run it tip to tail in that, I think that becomes overkill, and then it ends up raising the price of the board too as well. And you don't really need to do that, because if you're smart with how you mill a core and where you actually strategically place the carbon in there, that's not a Rona cough. That's just smoke in the air. It changes everything in there. There's been brands that have done like tip to tail carbon impact, like small little brands, and they end up charging like $900 for a fucking snowboard. And the one time I rode one, I was like, they didn't make the core right. It was just too thin, and they were trying to have the carbon compensate for it, and you could just end up folding the board. So the board would fold, and then it would just like snap right down, and it was just like, it's like taking a switch off of a tree, and you're like whipping it back and forth, and you bend it, and then it just like, and it just snaps back, like that green wood. So yeah. Gene Graves, best bang for the buck travel bags. Any of the knockoff brands that have a padded roller bag, they all come out of the same fucking factory for the most part. So you can do that. The best thing I can tell you about snowboard luggage is, realistically, buy last year's or Burton. You can usually find Burton stuff on Amazon that's like 2 or 3 years old if you really dig. It hasn't changed. It's just you end up with like that horrible like fucking pink and blue cheetah zebra whatever Damfari, Rastafari, crap ass colorways. You end up with that, and when it does that, like, it's shit that doesn't sell, but it's still solid. I mean, I'm rolling a K2 roller bag that's got to be at least 15 years old at this point, and it was my old reps at one point, and I inherited it. So yeah. Okay. Did I miss anything? Let's see. Buckhouse, what a fucking kook. Let's see. Legendary Steve, any major improvements on the Jones line? So they added Spoon Tech to a few boards. They tweaked the core profiling on two or three of the boards. And I think they tightened up the side cut. And I want to say it was on the Ultra flagship or something like that. And I think, or no, it was the Project X. The Project X got overhauled. And that's realistically it. I think other than that, everything kind of just stayed forward. Water bottle. Any word on Randy? He's lost in Reno looking for his son, the water bottle. Okay, Kevin Ma. I'm on Epic and visiting Colorado this year. Plan on visiting Breck. Are any other of the Epic resorts worth checking out? So if you're going to do it, you go to Breck and you'll be like, oh, it is. You're going to hate it. Almost every person that rides Breck hates it because they don't know where to go and they just end up standing in lines or riding the flattest fucking terrain. Vail is solid as long as you can make it fast to the backside and it's a pow day. Otherwise, you're just going to be miserable. Beaver Creek, 100% is like the resort to go to. Don't care what anyone says. Fucking hot cookies at 3:20 in the afternoon. And what people don't know is that if you walk over to the Chop House, you get a free champagne toast as well. I don't know if they're going to be doing free cookies this year. That's with everything going on. I don't foresee that. But Beaver Creek, even as a resort, is fucking phenomenal. It was designed by a computer so that it follows the natural fall line of the terrain. You can't get stuck. It all funnels downhill. If you get stuck, you fucking suck. That's the only thing. Either that or you fell in a creek bed. Which I found a kid in a creek bed there. Fat little. I'm sure he was a skier kid because he was wearing Spider, but he had a snowboard on. Doesn't matter. Fucking fat little fuck fell into a creek bed, and I remember this because like I'd come down, and I knew there was a creek bed because like that's one of the areas I was running. So you just ollie the creek bed and go. I don't know if he was following me or what. He was like falling leafing hard through the trees. And fucking falls in the creek bed. So I make another lap, and he's there. Hey, man, you need any help? No, I got this one. Okay, whatever. Next lap, he's starting to turn slightly blue, and I'm like, hey, man, you need some help? Fuck you, I said I got this. All right. Third lap, coming back through. Hey, man, do you want me to get you out or what? Fuck you, I fucking got this. And he's crying. I just reach over my left hand, grab his piece of shit spider jacket, which has like the thickest material on earth, grab it by the hood, basically choke him and just pull him right out of the creek bed. And I'm like, if you don't know how to fucking ride the trees, don't go in the fucking trees. You're getting hypothermia. Get your ass down to the lodge at the bottom and go bitch at your mom, you fat little shit. And the funny thing was I come down and his mom is like, were you up there by my son? And I was like, oh, he fell in a creek bed and called me an asshole. He's being a fat little shit. I pulled him out, but he's about to die. And just rode away, got another chairlift. I assume that he froze to death and died. I don't really care. That's why you don't wear fucking spider gear when you're a snowboarder. Fucking cocksocket over there. All right. Let's see. Ooh, I think we're good on this question. Undead. Should we start riding with batons to kneecap people without masks? Well, here's the thing. If you don't have a mask on, you're not getting on the chairlift. They're just not going to let you on. So, feel like we kind of win that battle. All right. Cyberfly, which board is the best to do tricks? The one you're riding on currently. Kevius Billy, skip my country music super chat. No, I didn't. Go back. It's there. I want sausages. Vincent Dew, Germany has more than 300 types of sausages. Snowboard brands I've heard of, one. How do we change that? You give me all the sausages. I want sausages. Fucking want some sausages. Then I'm going to send them to my brother because he's a fucking peasant. And I'm going to be like, bask in the glory of my international sausage, bitch. I'm having a battle with my brother right now, and it's fucking great because I'm slowly convincing him that he's a peasant and that he's below me, and he's having an existential crisis, and it's the fucking greatest thing on earth. All because my mom called me her favorite kid. Fuck you, Brooks. I win. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Caught up on those questions. Stoked on photos. Are you going to be doing any reviews on Karua shapes? We'll see. There's no guarantee. That's a hard one to get. So let's see. So let's see. All right. Aaron Wormuth. Jumbo stickers should be changed to jumbo sausages. I'll become the sausage king of snowboarding. Abe Froman. Sausage king of snowboarding. Fuck no. Let's see. Legendary Steve, any plans on doing any backcountry this season? Would love to see some backcountry content. Here's the issue. If I do it, I don't tell people I do it. I just go and fucking do it because, one, I'm not blowing out any backcountry spots. Two, if I don't put out a message that says, you need to be educated, you need to do this, I feel like shit because there's so many people being like, we went out and did this. And it's like they're fucking making idiot-ass mistakes. Three, it's not something I really care to fucking do. Like, I will not lie. I am horribly fucking lazy. I want to ride a flying couch to the top of the mountain. T-bars are a little too much exercise for me. Like, I will literally look at the T-bar and go, nah, and just not get on it. That's how fucking lazy I am. I fully own it. Hiking? I hiked twice last year. You want to know how much of an improvement that was over the season before? That was 100% growth in hiking. I don't fucking hike. If I can't get to it from the chair, I don't want to fucking ride it. I'm lazy as fuck. Backcountry. 3 hours of splitboarding for one run? Fuck that. I will buy a sled, and then I will hire someone to drive me on the sled. I'm fucking lazy. On top of the fact, we had just such an astronomical amount of dumbasses going in the backcountry when the resorts closed, and now they're like, I'm a backcountry fucking expert. Look at me. I fucking watched a video of Jeremy Jones riding a mountain. I know what the fuck I'm doing. Got my fucking rental equipment and my inflatable snowshoes. I don't want anything to do with those dumb fucks near me because they're not going to dig my carcass out if I get buried. And I personally don't want to have to go extricate theirs because they got fucking dumped into something. There's so many stupid people making stupid ass decisions out there. It's not worth it to me. Like, just not worth it. Not my thing. I don't like doing it. I just don't like doing it. I'd rather just fucking make enough money to buy a fucking helicopter. Believe me, that's one of the goals I have. It's like Ferrari, rental properties, private helicopter, personal brothel, fleet of attack dogs. You know, normal shit normal people want. So. Letters more. Spin for my friend Slushy Shredder. All right, here we go for Slushy Shredder. What do we got? What do we got? Ooh, well, he just fucking won a jumbo sticker pack. You know the drill. Email me, info@angrysnowboarder with the address, and I will get that in the mail. Damn, I'm going to have to mail out a bunch of jumbos today. Starting to run low on stickers. Damn it, water bottle, you need to move closer to here so I can hire you to weed stickers for me. I'm fucking lazy. All right, let's see. Waxing snowboards. Structure, baby. All about the structure. And I think we're kind of caught up on questions. So, yeah. Oh, man. Ugh. Ugh, fuck. Okay. Cyberfly, what's your rating for the Battalion Evil Twin 2020? Why don't you go look at the Evil Twin review that I have in the Battalion Snowboard review playlist? That'll tell you everything you fucking need to know. Marco Pinsker, is sausage the new banana slippery sausage? I don't know. I'm the sausage king of snowboarding, Ave Froman. Oh, God. Let's see what else we got here. JLS 1337. What do you think of Kinko mitts? Are they any good, or is it better to get snowboard mitts? If you're on a budget, Kinkos are actually like they'll work. Like it's a work glove. It's there. If you're riding rope toes, like it's solid. The big thing is weather treating them on the outside, so you make them really like you Scotch guard them or whatever the fuck it is that you put on there, so you really stiffen it up and just weatherproof it that way. That's about it. I mean, but for 20, what are they? I think they're $25. Can't go wrong with that. I mean, I like to support real snowboarding brands and brands that support winter sports and stuff. Like, so I have Howell gloves. You know, I have a couple pairs of Howells that I wear, and they're leather and weather treated and shit. So yeah. Let's see. Anton Clark, yes grades versus Capita Simulator. Well, the grade sucks now. They fucked it all up. They changed the camber profile on it and fucked the side cut up. It's not fun. So a simulator all day, every day. Like whenever they tweak the grades, it's like they just make it worse now, and you're just like, really? Why you guys got to do that? Just fucking no clue why you got to do that. So yeah. Let's see. William Avery, are you going to review any 2021 Arbor boards? Thoughts on this year's A-frame 8 to 10 flex? What's an 8 to 10? What's a 9 to 10? They fucking make those numbers up. They don't really fucking matter. They just tell you if it's stiff or not. That's it. Like, what they need to do is be like, it's soft. It's middle of the road. It's flexy. It's stiff as fuck. It's mildly stiff. It's stiffer than middle of the road. Those numbers don't mean shit, and people get so fucking hung up on it, and it's literally some guys in a bunch of marketing going, let's call it an 8 to 10. What's an 8 to 10? What if they're all fucking 230-pound guys? I mean, me at 200 pounds, I'm not going to flex it the same as them. You know, that doesn't fucking make sense. That flex rating bullshit. But yes, I'm going to hit up Eddie and try to get some shit from Arbor. It's been too long. We'll see what I can do, where I can do it. That's the goal. No guarantees. Like, all bets are off for this season on what's actually getting reviewed. I have no fucking clue anymore. I just send emails, and if shit shows up, it shows up. Okay. Tremendous Johnson. Huge wang over here. How does the Yes Typo compare to the Rosnell Templar? Any stiffer? It's stiffer. It's got a tweaked in the camber profile. It's got a better side cut with more grip that keeps the grip underfoot. It dampens better because the core is actually thicker in there. Basically, if you're coming from a Templar, the next logical progression, like if you're not, it's the next progression of a board for you, basically. It's like, hey, I've done everything I can on a Templar. I'm progressing. You go to the Typo, you're solid. Nikki D, do you have any opinion on Furburger snowboards? That the name sucks? Like, No, I think Dean from the Splitboard Shop was saying that he was going to try the Splitboard Shop out Ogden, Utah. If you guys need backcountry shit, go to the Splitboard Shop. Support a little guy. But he and I were talking, and I think that was one of the brands that he was going to try to get me to test. So I'm definitely going to try to review them at some point, hopefully. We'll see. Uh, I like the shapes of stuff, and I get where they're coming from with things. I just think they're very Eurocentric, so obviously getting in the US is going to be a bit of a hassle for me. So, yeah. Right. Ooh, Steezy C, what are some good jib noodles this year? Okay. So we got some options for you. I would look at the Nidecker sensor, the God, what is that battalion? It's well, there's the Battalion Global Warmer, the Battalion Wally, K2 Worldwide Weapon, the Ride Kink, the Rome Artifact, which got an overhaul and a new tip shape in there. Otherwise, you could do the Gangplank as well. Let's see. I feel like I'm forgetting some here. There's the GNU Money. The Dinosaurs Will Die Rat, the Bogart. Bogart's going to be a little bit snappier than the Rat. The Rat, though, is a little more playful and better, in my opinion. Let's see. No, that board sucks. Capita Horoscope, Capita Scotty Stevens Pro. Scotty Stevens will be softer than the Horoscope, and the Horoscope's already super soft to begin with. You could maybe do like a, what is that Burton? Is it the Paramore or whatever the fuck it is? Or a Paramount. The Paramount. That one's jibby as fuck. Let's see, there's the Yes Jackpot. No, not the Jackpot. What is it? Is it the Jackpot? It's the Frank April one. Arbor, you'd be looking at the Formula, which they added camber to it this year. Yeah, I don't know. I think I just rattled off like 20 boards for you, so I think you're good. Okay. Okay, Chris Kakolas. Does the LibTech box knife do well in POW? If you're doing POW freestyle, yes. If you're trying to ride it as a straight POW board, it'll get the job done. It's not going to be fucking mind-blowing. Set your stance back. You're going to want to, so you can really push into that flex point in the center, the C3 on that, to get the nose to elevate a little bit more. And that's going to give you a little bit better float in there. But, I mean, if you're really looking for a POW board, you'd be better off getting an Orca, a Wayfinder, the Lost, the short wide would be better in it than the box knife. So let's give you a spin. Middle finger. Middle finger. Okay. Let's see. All right. Looks like questions are slowing down. So if you got questions, get them over in that chat box now. I'm going to take a few more. If you want to spin of the wheel, you can super chat. That'll give you a spin of the wheel for sure. Also, if you're looking for merchandise, swing on over to angrysnowboarderstore.com. Put up a whole bunch of different stuff up on there last night. So, and this stuff, it's not limited run. So if you want to wait, you can wait and do that. I will be adding more in the future on there as well. So you can definitely do that. Yeah. So let's try to do that. Also, the Amazon Goggle video, definitely going to try to get that done by next week and drop. I got to make a teaser for it and do some social media pushes for that. That should be about a half-hour fucking video. So that, yeah, I think that's kind of what I got going on here. Okay, Tim Anderson wants a spin of the wheel. All right, Tim. Medium sticker pack. You know the drill. Email me, info@angrysnowboarder, and I'll get that in the mail to you. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let's see. John Fitzgerald, any new log lines at Breck? I don't fucking know. Most of the guys that build that shit aren't building them anymore, or they don't live here anymore. So honestly, I don't think there is. I think the only one that's still around that makes logs is Moses, and I think he's riding copper these days. So, okay. All right. Undead wants to spin for a chance at the mystery. Ooh, next question gets a spin. Oh, Luke Guilford, spherical versus cylindrical versus toric. So spherical or toric are going to be the better lenses versus a cylindrical. A cylindrical is kind of generic and shit. The whole video will basically go down into the difference between spherical and cylindrical. Toric is kind of like more, it's 3D shaping more than anything else on there. I don't really go into, I don't even mention that in the video. So yeah, but let's give you a spin. Spin again. Wear your masks, people. Wear your fucking masks. All right. Chris Kokolas, what is Lucas Dabari up to today? Retired. I don't know. Working in forestry, I think. Something like that. I don't know. He hopped on his Lucas Dabari account to bitch about Burton Boots blowing out on him and crying. It was pretty fucking funny. Kevius Billy, can we get a black hoodie with a white bird logo? Yes. So in regards to the merchandise, stuff will be changing down the road, like colorways in the actual logo font, stuff like that. I will change that in the future. It's just right now. This is just a quick run to see how everything goes, but I think about once a month I'm going to add like a few pieces here or there and remove other ones and swap out colorways. This will be something that's always ongoing. So if you don't like something now, just wait. It'll probably show up in the future. Reverse spin again. Plug the personal shopper. So if you need help buying gear and you don't have a local shop that you trust, you can always hire me on angrysnowboarderstore.com. For $5, I'll answer a quick question. $10, a more in-depth question. $15, I'll walk you through the whole fucking process. And for $50, I'll let you be a time vampire, ask me anything you want, and yell at you the whole time, and belittle you and berate you and hold your hand and tell you to shit or get off the pot and buy a product. All right. Okay. Let's see what else. Cameron Perry, did we give away my mystery prize yet? Yeah, I'll shoot you a message with the guy's address. So once I get off here in the next few minutes. Okay. Stefan Brenner, which party board fits perfect for my 5-board quiver? I already have the Libtech Orca, the F2 Eliminator, the Rome Agent, and the Ride Super Pig. You don't need them. You're good. Like, between that Orca and Super Pig, you got a party board / pow board in there. You're good. You don't need anything more. Like, as far as I'm concerned, you're solid. Save the money. Okay. VUS, do you wear any protective gear when riding park? I wear a fucking helmet because I'm not a fucking savage. And if I've injured like a hip or something, I'll throw butt pads on if I need to. I also wear a padded knee sleeve for my right knee, which is also a brace in one, so it holds the kneecap in. Otherwise, no, nothing else. Let's see. All right, guys. So I think we pretty much nailed every question for today. So thanks for tuning in. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really want to support us, you can always swing over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. It's on the Patreon platform. But if you go to angrysnowboardervip.com, you can definitely get right there, figure out what tier works for you. We got a bunch of different sticker club tiers and whatnot in there as well. If you need merchandise, angrysnowboarderstore.com, which I've been plugging it through this whole thing because I need to make some money. and whatnot. And remember, with all the merchandise on the store, the price does include shipping included internationally. So if you're sitting in the UK and you want product, that price includes the shipping. There's nothing really hidden on there. So you guys should be good to go. But yeah, so that's about it. And got a bunch more content coming out for you guys. So once again, thanks for the support, and I'll see you in another video.